Okay, so I have 5 strings here. You don't have to do it with 5, but you can use 3 up to as many as you want. But I think 5 and 6 I like 5 and 6 better because you get more colors. And so I have 5 different colors here. They don't all have to be different colors. They could be all the same, or you could do like 2 the same. And then the first thing you're going to do is tie a knot at the end. So pull them all together. And you tie a knot at the end. Just like that. Okay, the next step is to tape it to the table. Like this. Just to make sure that when you're working it doesn't come up, because it needs to be very tight on the table. And sometimes you might have to use another piece of tape. Okay, and the next step is to separate your 5 colors. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to start on the right, you're going to pick up your first string, and then you're going to ignore these 3 for now. Now, what I'm going to do here is tie a knot. So the first thing I do is take my purple string and put it under my finger and over like this. Then I go through and I pull the string through the little triangle it makes, and I pull it down to the very end, and it makes a little knot. Just like that. Okay, now I have to do that twice. So I did it once already. Now I'm doing it a second time. There you have 2 knots. Okay, now this becomes your first string. So you just leave it over here and you ignore it for now. Now you take the next string you want to work with, which for me is yellow, and you tie 2 knots on the yellow string, just like I did with the first pink one. Okay. Then I move on to the next string, and I do the same thing. I tie 2 knots. And then on the last string you do the exact same thing. Okay, now the purple has become your last string. And so when you start over with what had become your first string before. So now I'm going to tie all pink knots. So like before, I ignore these 3 for now, and I just tie 2 knots on the second string. Then you ignore this for now. Then you go into the next string and you tie 2 knots. And then you do the same thing for all 4 strings. Okay, now if you look at the knots, you'll see that it's made, it has like at first, the first color you do isn't going to look too good because the string's a little jumbled, but the second color it starts to make a line. And so as you go on and on, then it'll begin to look like this. And it'll see there's my first color, and then it'll start to make a slanted line. And then you just keep going as long as you want. Like you can make a... Okay, when you've decided that your bracelet is however long you want it. All you have to do to finish it is just tie a knot at the end. So all you gotta do is just tie a knot at the end and make sure it's good and tight, and then that's the end of your bracelet. So like I've made this one, and I made another one that's on my ankle. They're real easy. They're a little time consuming, but in the end it's worth it, as you can tell. And I think it's really fun, and all your friends will love them, and they'll be asking you to make them for them, and if you're smart, you can make a little money off of it. So yeah. Okay, bye.